Good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone doing? How is your summer going, by the way? We have been on the go since the end of April when we went to Mexico with a Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, and we have not slowed down. Oh my goodness, I can't believe all the traveling we have done. We went to Atlanta for a week to watch our grandkids, and then we were home 2 days and then left for Yellowstone for a week with our other child, Brittany, and her family. And now we're heading with our son, our youngest one, to a wedding in Minnesota. We're leaving Thursday, I believe. So I'm going to be gone again. So this is one of those times when I say I need a vacation from all our vacations. But it's all been really fun. But typically we don't schedule these so close. But, you know, they didn't want to change the wedding. So just kidding. But it'll be fun, but I just have to really be on the go and have my ducks in a row so that I can, be away from home. That's the beauty of being a demonstrator, though. You call your own hours and you can work hard when you're home, and then you can play when you want. So that's why I love being a demonstrator. So speaking of, if you want to do the starter kit, I know that last promotion we had for the In Colors was really awesome, but they have another, well, it's not really a starter kit special. However, most of our bundles that come with dies are 10% off. And if you want to use that in your starter kit, it's a great way to get more for your money because you get to choose $125 worth of products for only $99, and you get free shipping on that. So that saves you another 11%. So it's just a great time. I would love to have you join my team. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Then I have a couple other plugs here. Our Cozy Craft Retreat, as you know, sold out in record time. This year was the fastest it ever sold out. But we have 9 kits left. And that's going to be first come, first serve. So if you're interested in getting all the projects that we make along with the goodies and the treats and stuff, be sure and sign up. And I have the link on my blog or on my Facebook page. And we only make a certain amount. So we have 9 left that we are able to sell. So make sure if you're thinking about it that you sign up right away. And the last one is, this one is getting close to selling out as well. The cruise of February of 2025. I'm so humbled and grateful for all of you who have already signed up. We have 3 spots left. So 3 crafting spots, I should say, because you can bring a spouse or a friend and they don't count as a crafting spot unless they're going to craft with us. All right, I know the reason you tuned in to me today was to see a project. So that's what I'm going to share with you now. And we are going to use one of the new designer series papers that came out in this catalog. So I will get my camera turned around for you and we will get started. The designer series paper that we are going to be using is called Thoughtful Journey. Isn't this gorgeous? I love the scenery type paper that we have, and I also love that they have coordinating colors on the other side. Now look at all the colors that are included in this packet, and not only all of these are included, but there's even more on the back. So boy, you sure get a variety in color and designs here. So that's going to be our starting point, and I thought first I'm going to tell you what this host code is. I usually save this until the end, but the host code is set up so that I can combine my orders together, and that's how I'm able to send you free product when you order from me. And this is if your order is over $50 and you use the host code. So if you can just do me a favor and when you order, just put that host code in, and then I'll send you a thank you card along with a little treat that is Stampin' Up! Product. And I'm also going to show you a step that I normally have done already. I'm just going to show you how I score my paper and cut it. The base of our paper is just going to be basic white thick, and I like to use the thick cardstock when I use white as the base because it's a little bit thicker than our basic white. And I use the basic white for layering or, like things that are in the background, but when it's a card base, I'd prefer the heavier weight paper. Now, what I do is I'm going to make a 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock base for this card. So what I do is I usually, because I only use thick paper for card bases, it doesn't matter if I only need 1 card. I still cut out 2 because it's a little bit easier. Everybody positions their trimmer a little bit different, but I put my scoring blade on the top. This one will not cut, and the dark one is the cut. This will cut. And so because I'm so used to it, but I know when I first got this, I kept mixing up which was which, and so many times when I wanted to score, I would cut. So make sure you know which is which. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cardstock in at 5 1/2 because that's where the halfway point is in between the 8 1/2 by 11 paper. And then I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't accidentally cut it. And then I'm going to score, and I'm going to go past the whole paper, because that way I can make 2 cards right away. But like I said, I'm only going to do 1, but normally I'm making more than 1. Then I'm going to flip it and put it at 4 1/4, because that's the halfway point. And then I'm going to use the dark blade, or the dark little plastic piece, and that's what's going to cut it. So now I have 2 pieces of paper, and they are both scored in half. So it's just a way to save, 10 seconds in your life by doing both of them. All right, now we are going to fold on that score line, and let me grab my bone folder here. All right, now the Designer Series paper we're going to play with is this beautiful color. I love the purples and the blues together. And before designing this card, I thought, oh, maybe I'll make a little white border, but I think I'm going to make this the whole front of the card. So what I'm going to do is bring my paper trimmer back out here, and I'm going to cut this the same size as that card front, which is going to be, and I'm going to highlight, which side? I want to either highlight these trees or these trees. I think I'll do the smaller ones this time. So I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. So I'll cut right here, and then by 5 1/2. And don't throw any of your scraps, because look how pretty that is. And then by 5 1/2, and I think I'll take off the top just because I have more movement going down there. The next thing we're going to do is take this Misty Moonlight cardstock. This is 3 5/8 by 2 1/4, and then I grabbed a deckled rectangle die, and this die is about 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. And what I'm going to do is put this right in the middle of this and die cut that. So hold tight while I cut this, and I'll be right back. This is what it looks like when it's die cut. And then I'm going to grab the card and the card front that we're going to adhere, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, and just make sure you get enough tape on there to cover the whole thing. We'll do this flat. When I have the same size fronts, we don't need to put dimensionals underneath that. Just line that up. Okay, can you guess what we're going to do with this frame? We are going to put some foam adhesive strips. Sometimes I cut these down. They're a little bit easier to work with. And these are going to give this frame a big pop. We want this frame to pop even more than just putting dimensionals on. So I'm just going to put those in the corner. It's almost like tear and tape. It's so easy to just rip it apart. You can use your scissors, but sometimes it gums up your scissors a little bit. So I think it's just easier to tape it or to rip it. This would make a cute shaker card too. All right, now let me get one more piece on. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight the area of the scene that we want to stand out, and that's why the papers that come in this pack, really anything you choose is going to be a win-win, because you can highlight anything. And I'm going to choose these smaller trees down here, and you can go high, you can go low. I think I'll go right about there so we get a little bit of the ground and the sky. Just make sure it, whoops, did I? No, they don't have stickies on the back. Just make sure it's straight. All right, here's our little frame. And the next thing we're going to do is ribbon. So I chose the striped ribbon, and this is kind of an iridescent white ribbon. It's very sheer. And I'm going to take my little mat here, and we are actually going to take Misty Moonlight Blend. I chose the dark. I tried light and dark, and both show about the same color, but the beauty of using blends with white or iridescent ribbon, shimmery ribbon, is that you can make ribbon match anything that you're making. And you don't have to color the back side, because this bleeds through, and so you really only have to color one side. And that's why I don't get too bent out of shape if they don't have the color I'm looking for, because I can make white or sheer ribbon any color that I want. This should be about enough. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I have a little bow holder that I use. I know a lot of people ask where I got this, and this was part of my Cozy Craft Retreat. I guess I didn't put the year on it, but I always like to give personalized things, and so this was, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. My husband made these. We bought the frame part at Hobby Lobby, and then he drilled all the holes and, you know, sanded down the dowels, and then I found a local gal who etches wood, and so she put everyone's name in theirs, and then Cozy Craft Retreat. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. You just move these dowels for how big you want your bow, and you just make a cancer sign, like the ribbon for the cancer, and then go underneath, over the top. And pretty much every time you do this, you'll have a perfect bow. I don't know if you can see that from the view. And then it gives that nice square knot on top. Oh, I guess pretty close for when to quit with the ribbon coloring. So this is gonna be really pretty on this card. The purple would have been pretty as well, but I'm gonna make this more of a monochromatic card. Now let's bring that card back here, and we are going to put this on the bottom. You know what, I'm gonna trim it a little bit shorter because it's kind of close to the bottom. There we go. And then grab my glue dot. This is really going to be a fast and easy card for any occasion, masculine, feminine, a funeral. I've had to make a lot of sympathy cards lately. Birthday, really anything is going to work for this. And then just stick that on with the glue dot. And then we need a sentiment. So, oh boy, I have so many to choose from. I think my go-to is Unbounded Love. Let me grab that quick. I think Unbounded Love has the most sayings that you could ever find in a stamp set. Not only do they have the outside, but they have a nice inside that goes as well. So I'm lacking in my birthday cards a little bit, so I'm going to do a birthday sentiment. Also, the actual stamp is a little bit larger than the photo on the front. So, and we are going to use Misty Moonlight just to keep it the same and do our monochromatic again. Just ink that up. There you have it. Very simple card, and just has some interest with that frame on there. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next week. I do my YouTube lives on Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock Arizona time. Again, don't forget to use the host code if you would like to order anything, and I will send that thank you and a small gift. And also my Cozy Craft Retreat, 9 spots left for the kit, and also my Creative Days at Sea has 3 spots left. So think about it, and hopefully you can join us for one of those. All right, take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.